Q&A session. Someone's asking about our last litter of puppies. Are they Denali puppies? No, they're not. They are from Sarah Champagne. What's the name of his dog?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
He is a chocolate quad, full visual fluffy, carrying testable.
You're a hero.
Cocoa.
You're a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous dog.
Carrying cream. He carries it all.
He does.
He is loaded.
He's got both copies of Cocoa and he's got one copy of testable. The DNA is at the back end of the whole video, so there's a couple of three pictures of him too. He's a really nice little dog.
Oh, he's a pretty little boy.
He is.
Got a beautiful face like
he
like
does.
kids.
He's got a little teddy bear. I mean, he's got a gorgeous little face, and he's nice in person too. And Sarah's a nice lady as well.
Yeah.
We like Sarah a lot.
Yeah.
Lake and Davis. I tried to remove the dew claws at home. When they were 3 days old, they grew back. What did I do wrong? You didn't get them removed properly. That's what you did wrong. So go look at the video again. You've got to get those forceps so that you make the nail pop out so you can remove the whole thing. If you don't do that, then they're likely to grow back. And then you can't do anything. Once they've grown back, you're not going to do it. I mean, you can have surgery done, but you have to
wait till they're old enough to.
Yeah, you've got to put a dog under anesthesia to fix it at that point. I wouldn't even do it. Yeah, I wouldn't even do it. I got this question a lot. Nick King, when you purchase the incubator, does it come with a plug, or must the plug be purchased separately? We need to get that clear on the website. No, it comes with both adapters. It comes with an adapter to plug into a car. It comes with an adapter to plug into your house. And if you're in a country where you have 240 volts, it comes with the correct plug for that too. So, yep. Thank you for the question. Okay. Minneapolis Luke says, why do people always say their Frenchies have no pied or brindle? And then there's a reply here that says all Frenchies come from brindle and pied. Okay. So the answer to this is that if your dog does not have a copy of pied or a copy of brindle, state it, but know what you're saying. Don't make the claim without knowing, because you'll get people upset with you. Why do people care about this? Because generally, and we're a group, we don't have any dogs with brindle in our stable.
Because we are real high on our 10 points.
Yeah, we don't want brindle in there because nothing wrong with brindle. Yeah.
Anything's wrong with brindle.
No,
it's
absolutely.
Great. We used to have some.
Yep, absolutely,
but
nothing
since
wrong with
we're real high on our 10 points, we can't do it.
Right. So, and then some breeders don't like. I don't worry about pied personally because you can completely control pied.
Control that real easy.
If you have a completely full pied dog and you breed it to a dog that doesn't carry pied, you'll get no pied puppies. They all carry pied, so you can control that. The brindle you can't control so easily. And the dog that we had, Tigra, she was gorgeous.
She was a reverse brindle.
Well, she's such a pretty dog.
Oh, that's why we named her Tigra.
Right.
Yeah, she was
very pretty.
Very striking. Just really pretty.
Andrew Goodwin. Talking about large litter size. I had used a fine care machine. Said to breed after tells you to do. I'm not sure what that is. He got 9 puppies. My girl was 20 pounds. She did the same on her girls and got 8 and 7. Both girls.
Yeah.
Both girls read more. 90
22. Find that progesterone machine from us.
Oh, she said, my thoughts is bigger litter, small puppies, small litter, bigger. Yeah. No, it's not. I mean, so I remember our first girl, Trixie, was a little tiny thing.
Oh, yeah.
And she had like 6 in her first litter, first ran out of the box for us. So, no, litters.
Dottie, and she had 9, and she was a little bitty like Kit.
Yes, right. Yes. So I think of course, the biggest thing about litter size is to get your timing right.
Yeah.
But I think there's some anecdotal evidence that if your dog comes from a large litter, that maybe it will have large litters as well. But it certainly doesn't do with size. Oh, he's talking about small dogs. He said, I also want to say they weighed at both 4.9 to 6.8 ounces. Well, that is something that you do have to contend with. If you've got smaller females bred to smaller males, you tend to have smaller puppies. And that is fine, except that when they start getting sub 6 ounces, it can be a bit of a struggle. We had a litter from Denali, a litter of 10. There was what? three that were, there was three that were 5 ounce puppies.
Yeah.
One of them was less.
One
of them was less.
4.5.
But they all made it with some, it took about 4
We
days
lost
worth.
one.
Yeah, but that was 7 days later. That wasn't because of low birth weight. The weight was up
No,
at that point.
That was like 4 days later.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I like small Frenchies. What size French do you like, Tammy?
I like the 17, 18 pound.
Yeah, that's a small Frenchie.
I mean, you know, 20-pound females are still good too.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
The breed standard for a Frenchie is 27 pounds. Is the top line for the show ring. So I don't like dogs that big, but there are plenty of Frenchies that are a lot bigger than that. So you know, our thoughts on this is small dogs bred to small dogs produce small dogs, and they do. But you can get me worried, Tammy.
Yeah, I know. I was watching him.
We're driving, as you didn't know. So Shaylee Largent says, I had a Frenchie boy DNA testing his coat results says he carries the curly hair gene. Well, can you guys please explain? Well, first thing is the dog that has a single copy is not going to have a long or a curly haired coat. But I've seen, like Denali's litter, there was a variety of dogs with different coat lengths, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
Albus?
Yes. Yep.
Albus he's now.
Beautiful. He was like his daddy on his hair.
Albus is now down in Edinburgh, Texas, making babies himself for Leo, and he's gorgeous. Looks like his daddy, but he's got probably even thicker coat than his daddy. So we've got a dog called Johnny Cash, who's got the thickest Frenchie coat in a
It's like
fluffy
a
I've ever seen.
coat.
Oh, it's huge coat.
Yeah.
So some dogs have more. I mean, I don't know whether there are different places that can do tests for this. So I don't know what they're going to show on the curly head because I don't think I've ever tested for that. But anyway. Oh, someone's saying nice things about us. Santos Bartolome saying nice things about our puppies. Thank you. Oh, so JF says, I think this is the calmest I've ever seen Kit. Kit is just wonderful mum. I love this little dog.
Oh my goodness, I get so tickled how she uses her hands to
Just
move
the babies in and then move her legs out on side of them and kind of hover over them, let them know. She's great. I mean, you just got lucky. She's not an alpha dog.
I'll tell you, when you have good mama dogs, they're worth their weight in gold.
Yes.
They're fantastic. They'll take in other babies if they need to, and
yes. So there's no really any way of predicting how it's going to be. I mean, Kit's not a particularly boisterous dog. Was she? She's a pretty calm dog. She's definitely not an alpha dog, and she absolutely loves her babies. You know, when you first introduced them, though, she was a bit lost, wasn't she? Yeah, I see
what's he yelling at?
mental problems.
Yeah.
Mental problems.
Yeah.
Poor guy. We're here at an intersection, and there's a homeless guy here who's having a rough time of it. Sad. I don't know what you do for these folks.
No.
They need help.
Yeah.
Anyway, last one here, Georgia. If anyone in the comments sees this is a sad story. My Frenchie gave birth 2 days ago. None of her puppies survived because the vet said she could have them naturally, but she obviously couldn't. Very sad. Please, yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, you haven't gone into the details of what happened, but look, I get quite a few of these where people say, "Do you think my dogs can have?" We're talking about Frenchies here. Do you think my dogs can have to go through natural birth? You're taking a risk, folks. You're taking a risk.
And it's not worth it.
Not in our book.
No.
I mean, I would say this: if for some reason you think you want to go down this path, have an X-ray done a few days before the puppies are due to find out whether or not you've got a big puppy in there. If they're all the same size, the chances are.
You need to make sure that the mama is big enough back there.
Well, that's the next. Well, so you can look at an X-ray and you can get an idea about her hip size versus the puppy's heads. And I wouldn't even attempt this
No.
unless I had a very small girl, sub 20 pounds, bred to other way around. If I had a big girl above 27 pounds, outside the breed standard, bred to a small 20 pound or less stud dog, then I might be tempted. Well, I wouldn't be tempted. For us,
it's just not worth it.
Well, it's just not expensive.
It scares me to death to think if we had one.
Yeah,
You don't want that head to get stuck. You could stress Mom out so that she could die from just stress alone.
Yes.
Period. Right. And then what are you going to do? Lose all the babies too? It's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. Not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it. So, one of the reasons that people get into this situation is because one of two things: they haven't planned it properly, so they end up having puppies when they won't realize they're coming, or they don't want to pay the cost of a C-section.
Well, if you do your homework, you will find that country doctor. I don't care what big city you live in. There are country doctors out there that have done C-sections that will do these a lot less.
So here's a range on price on C-sections.
Right.
$6,000, $250.
Yeah.
Same operation, different places.
I mean,
I'm really telling you the truth here.
Yeah, do your homework. You'll find them.
And do your homework before you ever get that dog bred.
Yeah.
You need to decide whether you can afford to do this.
Make a relationship with that vet.
Yeah, you need to decide whether you can do this.
And if they're 2 hours away, get you a motel room. You've had the progesterone test done. You pretty well know when
use our portable incubator too.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go on a trip that would be 10 a day. You could do a day's trip.
Stay where you need to.
You could absolutely do a day's trip. It's not desirable, but you could absolutely do a day's trip successfully if you had a portable incubator and get to a place where you can afford to have the C-section done. But to find out you can't afford the C-section after the puppies are coming, that's ludicrous. It's silly. It's silly. It's not responsible. So, I completely understand not wanting to spend $6,000 for a C-section. Don't spend $6,000 for a C-section. Go do some research and find a place where you can get it done for cheaper. Exactly. There we go. We are now at a nice place to eat called Whiskey Cakes here in Oklahoma City, and we're going to enjoy a nice meal. Hey, be safe, everybody. Bye. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.